I'm here with Jodie Day. She's the Operations Manager here at Rhythm Section Amphitheater in Mount Carroll, Illinois. And this is a very unique music venue you have here.
It is.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the Rhythm Section.
Well, so back in about 2015, Reed Law, the owner here, decided that he wanted to have a place for the local communities to come out and have some really good music. So he came up with the idea that he wanted to build the amphitheater to get some regional acts. And then we transformed it to getting some larger national acts.
Yeah, no, this is kind of blown up, I think, because you've had some pretty big acts here.
We have. We started off in 2016 was the first year that the stage was built, and we actually had a wedding out here. And then after we've had a few regional acts, I believe it was the winter of 2020, Reed decided he wanted to go bigger, and within 5 months, Nelly was the first one to hit our stage. So
within 5 months, you went from hosting weddings and local acts to having national touring companies here. That's awesome, because this is such a unique venue. Tell me a little bit about the location here.
So we like to call it, we're the Red Rocks in the middle of nowhere. We're kind of like the mini version in Mount Carroll, Illinois. And, you know, we're out in the middle of the cornfields. And so we like to have what we call a blackout. And so on some of our evening nights when the stars are out, we will shut the lights off for a period of, 2 minutes during a blackout, because a lot of people from the suburbs come out and they don't get a chance to see the stars. So we have a little gazing session, and I mean, the crowd just loves it. So
that's one of the best parts about this venue is how far removed you are. Cell service is a little spotty here, and quite frankly, I enjoy that. There's something about the being kind of isolated, really living in the moment and enjoying and taking in the surroundings, and of course the great music.
It is. So if you're coming, you need to have your tickets pulled up on your phone, because unfortunately, once you cram 2,000 to 3,000 people out here, we do have hard service to get. But.
Sure. Oh yeah. 2,000 to 3,000 people here. That's
do.
You're the operations manager. That's got to be quite the undertaking.
It is quite the undertaking, because, like I said, we went from 0 to 60 really fast. So we had to react quickly and strategize quickly. But I think, people come out here and they're just amazed with the uniqueness of our facility. And every time we have an event, we say, hey, who's this is their first time here, and they raise their hand. So we're still getting a lot of new attractions. So.
Oh yeah, because it's well off the beaten path here. It's kind of, pretty remote here, this part of Illinois. And, I guess when you guys started this, did you have any idea you'd get to be this big?
We had no idea. I think we timed it just one right, because unfortunately when COVID hit, there wasn't a lot of artists that were touring, and a lot of indoor arenas were shut down. And so that's why in 2020 we were sitting around Reed's house one night. I think we were at a Supercross event, because we do motocross here too.
Right.
And that's when one night he said, I think I'm going to get Nelly here. And I was like, I think you're crazy.
That sounds like a crazy thing to say.
It does. And then sure enough, we got him, and we had a very successful season because people wanted to get outdoors.
Sure.
So
yeah, coming out and getting out and enjoying this venue, that's great. So I guess, how long of a season do you usually run here?
So it varies based on when we get the artists booked for the season, because it's kind of a very strategic, challenging process to get your acts booked. And sometimes you're still booking up until April of the season, the spring before. So we try to keep it around 5 to 6 events during the summer. We're not open every single weekend, but 5 is a good number for right now.
Yeah, that's a good number for you, because you're not a big operation here. This is a lot of family and friends working together.
We operate primarily on family and friends. Reed's wife, Lisa, they have 3 kids, Garrett, Elle, and Ari, and then my husband, Josh, and my 2 boys, Jaden and Jordan. They've been helping out here for 20 years. So they start off on the mowing crew, and then next thing you know, they're helping pouring concrete, building buildings, and then if it wasn't for our friends, our close friends that pitch in, they're amazing. We're very thankful for them.
You offer a pretty eclectic array of music out here. Tell me a little bit about some of the acts you've had.
We do. So Nelly was our first big act, and then because of our location, country seems to be a big hit in our area. So we've had country artists anywhere from Elle King to Trace Adkins. We had Brantley Gilbert, and then Jamie Johnson, and then we've also had some rock bands, some blues music. So we do try to switch it up. We plan on closing out our 2024 season with Flo Rida.
Oh, that's great. I'm excited for that. So as far as seating here, it is an amphitheater. Tell me a little bit about kind of the range of seatings and tickets offerings.
Okay, so we are an open space location, and so we offer 3 different types of tickets. We've got our pit section, which is directly down on the stage, which is a flat surface, and then we've got 4 levels of tiers. And people are allowed to bring in chairs and sit in general admission. We've had people bring blankets. And then sometimes, depending on the ticket sales, we allow chairs in the 4th row. It just depends on how large of a crowd we expect that evening.
Oh, sure. And the great thing is also you offer a lot of amenities as far as bars and food trucks. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so we've got 3 different bars. We've got our Heritage Bar, which when you go inside, you'll see a variety of antiques. Reed's mom was a collector of antiques, and so we've decorated it with all of her antiques, and then we've got our silo bar in the middle, and then we also have our outside bar, and from time to time we'll have a little bar girl walk around with a tray and pass out beer or Jello shots or whatever she pleases.
That's great. You always have something at the ready because when you need it.
We do, and then we also offer food on the site. We've got Sugar Daddy Concessions, which does shake-up lemonades and cotton candy, and then for our food trucks, we typically have Three-Headed Monster, which does a bunch of barbecue. And then we have Broken Spoke Grill, which happens to be my nephew's food truck, and he'll do smash burgers, Wisconsin cheese curds, fries, and pork chop sandwiches, and you're not going to go hungry or thirsty.
I'm sure. Tell me a little bit more about the community. How do you guys fit inside, this part of Illinois and Mount Carroll in general?
Well, Reed's been doing motocross for over 20 years out here, and we try to get local, we try to support the community as much as possible. We feel that bringing this many people to the area also helps the community of Mount Carroll and surrounding towns, because we're booking hotels and restaurants, and then we try to get some of our local food trucks local, so we're trying to help people in the community as much as we can.
Yeah, and you said booking hotels. I think that you guys do offer camping on site as well here.
We do. So most concerts, we open up camping by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so people will bring their RVs, they will pop a tent. We've had people pull in with a cattle trailer full of people sitting on hay bales. So they come in all shapes and sizes. We're out in the middle of the Midwest, so you never know what you're going to see.
You never know. And I'm just happy that I get to see this. This is just such a unique venue. It's such a unique venue. It's such a unique place to come and enjoy music together in this very limited seating, and that's pretty neat.
It is. We've really enjoyed it, as stressful as it can be sometimes, because there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that happens. At the end of the night, when we can take our breath, we look back and we realize it was a great night, and the fans were happy. Everyone loved the venues. It's such a unique place, and they look forward to coming back.
Oh, that's great. Now, Jodie, I know you got a show tonight and you've got a lot on your plate, so I'm going to let you go, but thanks so much for having us.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate it.